taste.
Hey, we're at the DC Comics booth with Rob Williams talking about Unfollow. I guess the first question is always going to be the easiest one, and where did the idea for the series come from?
Social media. I was spending too much time on social media. My partner would tell me off about it, but it was just part of it. But it's just a way it's become so much of a zeitgeist, and we all use it every day. It's just the world has changed as a result of it, and I just felt like there was a story to tell about that. And then it was a case of just trying to kind of work out a framework where dramatically you do it where it's got characters and elements of jeopardy and things like this. But I mean, I think if you see what's happening in America right now, you see what's happening in the UK, in our country, and with Brexit and whatever, I think it's really interesting how social media, when it first started, and there was things like the Arab Spring, and everyone thought it was going to bring us freedom, and instead it seems to bring out the worst in people. People are angry, and now they've got an avenue to feed like bile and invective into social media. So really what Unfollow is about thematically is trying to work. It's about humanity. Who are we as a race? You know what I mean? Are we good or are we bad? And it's kind of, the general idea is we never left the food chain. You know what I mean? It's like, we've just got, we're still monkeys. We've just got better technology these days.
So the story has to deal with 140 people that are inheriting this, fortune.
Yeah.
Did you actually sit down and create 140 different characters? I mean, we obviously don't meet them all because they start dying rather quickly.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many of you actually sketched out of the 140?
Oh man, no. I mean, we didn't do that. I mean, you've got 20 pages. You know what I mean? But no, we concentrated on the core cast, and you'll find more characters will come into it as we go. But and I think one thing we were keen on is like there's that Hunger Games sort of aspect to it. You can't deny that. But we did. I think people were surprised when we didn't just start killing people off immediately. We wanted to sort of build character, and we want to get people sort of attached to certain characters, and then kill them. That's the way to do it,
Nice and sadistic.
Yeah, exactly. That's just really mean. You know what I mean? You just get. I mean, the last issue I've written, I've killed one of the main characters. Gets it. I was genuinely upset. I mean, I love writing that character and have loved writing that character, and hopefully, if that's happening to me, then it'll happen to the readers too.
So, I mean, you kind of touched on it in the first question. The series to me, I mean, though there's kind of this Battle Royale, Hunger Games thing about it, it's really about, humanity and the characters themselves and the good and bad sides of it all and just human nature in general. Is that something that you specifically wanted to explore with the series?
Yeah, absolutely. That's very much of a core of it. I mean, it's the whole thing with like Larry Ferrell, who is our sort of social media billionaire who is dying and decides to sort of like do this experiment. I mean, he says to them, he says, I want to know who we are. I created social media and I thought we were one thing, but all I see is all this nastiness online, and so show me who you are, and like if you put any of us in that situation, 138 of us would go like, you're going to get millions anyway. You don't need to go killing other human beings. So the vast majority of us will go, I'm fine. I just, I don't need to work another day in my life probably. It's good. But you are always going to get one or two people who are going to go, well, maybe if I just push that guy in front of a subway train, suddenly my net worth goes up by several million. And then the thought starts percolating, well, if I kill some of them. But I mean, another thing I'm exploring in it is, as you'll find, there is one character who is almost like he'd be killing them anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not about the money.
So there's something kind of meta about the series as a creator who, a lot of creators use social media, and you're doing a series about social media where you interact with the people who are reading a comic series about social media, talking to you on social media. I mean, it gets kind of, through the rabbit hole at some point.
Yeah, and yeah, that's absolutely true. And like any creator, you write about what you know in a way. And I haven't murdered 140 people, not that I'm willing to admit.
What's the tip of getting rid of the bodies?
It's time consuming, especially when there's a lot of people here, as we have today. All these people could take me a while. Now, I mean, I am joking, I swear. But no, it's I've forgotten the question now.
The aspect of it's about social media, you're interacting with fans.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. No, I mean, and like I say, that is part of it. I mean, I still spend an unhealthy amount of time on social media, you know, as I suspect a lot of us do. I think I'm not alone in feeling sometimes that you've gone to a bad place and you need to back away from it, you know. And that's certainly true of the characters in it, you know. In one of the recent issues, you know, where some of the characters go to Russia to try and lay low effectively, and they throw their phones into the sea because. And I think there's a real sense, if any of us did that, there would be a moment of like, you would feel almost like a cleansing, you know what I mean? So there's all this good, but it's also, there's something that hangs on us all when we, and the book makes the point, you know, it was supposed to set us free, but we're all being tracked by GPS, you know, social control, and the way the powers that be very quickly went from, oh, this could make the people sort of rise up and be free. Went to, oh no, we can use this.
Orwellian now.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was going to be actually the next question about it. Is with social media, it is getting Orwellian. There was, as you said, this whole it's going to democratize everything and set us free, and now it's almost the exact opposite that's going on beyond just the negativity that's out there. I mean, is that something you're going to explore in the series itself?
Yeah, I mean, as we go forward, I think you'll see that more and more. I mean, by the nature of it, I mean, the first sort of 12 issues are really the core cast. Beyond that, other aspects are going to come into play, and there is a governmental aspect of this, you know, and there is a sense that in the book, as it goes on, one of the characters in it, Akira, says, but like, you know, I'm going to stop you, he says to Larry Ferrell, I'm going to change the world. And the world will change because it's not just 140 characters getting hunted down. Something happens, but you'll see at the end of the second arc, which takes it to a whole new level. And the world, our world is changed by. So that's the thing, you know. When you grew up, you kind of thought, oh, when I'm older, we'll be going to the moon every day. But it's not. Yeah, but it's handheld computers and social media, and it is the big innovation of our generation, I think.
The other thing that was kind of explored so far is the idea of celebrity, the internet celebrity, which is, you know, a lot of times very shallow and hollow and all that. I mean, is that something that you also wanted to talk about in the series? I mean, it's kind of touched upon slightly, but it's not.
It's big in the second arc. The second arc is pretty much about that to a large extent. It's building of myths, which people do online, which we see, building of personas. Which is not necessarily the truth, and but we all follow celebrity, you know what I mean? And Akira's kind of he's our Kanye turned up to 200, really, you know, and that gets bigger. The second arc, Akira's journey is very entertaining to write, so I hope it's very entertaining to read. Because he's just the most egotistical, you know, and he's going to save the world. He's going to be a messiah for the world, you know. And but then you see sort of, I tell you who he is as well. He's a bit of Kanye. He's a bit of Klaus Kinski. You know the actor Klaus Kinski. All these things going in, and those guys are like, whoa, it's entertaining. But you would back away if you were anywhere near.
So there's also this aspect of fantasy reality, which ties again into social media and the aspects of that, and it kind of started with the island itself. I mean, when it comes to these big themes as a whole, like, are you really thinking through, here's the things I want to say in the series, and here's the things I want to discuss, or is it kind of naturally coming out as you're writing?
I think theme is really big for me. I think it's the spine that holds a story together. The themes don't change too much. I mean, they were there at the start and they continue. Without that, it really wouldn't be as interesting a book. It would just be a bit of there's nothing wrong with just a chase, you know what I mean? But by the nature of what the book's about, we have to reflect these things, and that's something I enjoy writing about. It's challenging. Hopefully, it makes the book, one of the more sort of like prescient books on the market today.
All right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. Appreciate it.
Cheers, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cheers.